Yo, welcome back to another video, guys. It's your boy, and today we're checking out the Mercuriall Ampsim U530. I've been eyeing this Ampsim for quite some time now, and the reason is because Necrophagus is one of my favorite bands, and I know they used a preamp just like this one on their records. Now, I know it's a little bit different from the actual one they use in their records, which was the 840, but I think this is going to be as close as we can get as recreating the tone on Epitaph as we can possibly get in the digital world. So I spent a few hours yesterday really meticulously listening to that album, try to recreate the guitar tone as much as I possibly could, and I think I got pretty close. And so these are the settings that I came up with, and this is what I've been using for the last hour or two to kind of just mess around with stuff. And yeah, so let's go ahead and just kind of play a little bit of something, and let's see if we can get some cool stuff going. So yeah, it sounds freaking awesome. Okay, so a little bit about the Ampsim. This is called Ampbox, and Ampbox is essentially kind of like a modular system, right? So you go to Mercuriall's website, and you can buy any one of their Ampsims, like a 5150, a Mesa triple rectifier, or whatever, and then you get Ampbox for free. And since it's a modular system, you can continue to buy the different amp simulations that they offer and just kind of swap them out all within the same software. So the layout is always going to stay the same. The only difference would be the cabinets and the amps that change. I only bought the U530 preamp because I wanted to get that tone from Necrophagus, but they do offer other amp sims that you can buy on top of this one and kind of just start mix and matching different things. All right, so let's check out the bit of the layout here. So on the left, you're gonna have your effects, your pedals, your amps, your cabinets, and any of the post effects here. And they have a predetermined signal chain. You can't change the order of these. These ones all the way up to where it says preamp are gonna be prior to the preamp. So they're gonna be pre-preamp, right? So we got a gate, got a graphic EQ, got a wah-wah, we got a distortion, and the infamous one too, which is really cool. They remodeled the HM2. You guys kind of want to get that Swedish death metal tone kind of going on. Really, really cool stuff. And then they got your amplifier, which is right here at the very bottom. Got your power amp, and then you got your cabinet section, and then you got your parametric EQ, which is after the cabinet section. You got your post effects like chorus, delay, and reverb. And so you got a pretty much full-fledged system to create any of the tones that you're looking for. And like I said, in my case, I was going for a more Necrophagus kind of style of tone. I think I got as close as I could possibly can with the options that I was given. So really, really, really cool stuff. You guys can kind of screenshot this if you guys ever buying this and then kind of copy my settings. This is what I have used. So I am using a custom Ingo cabinet that I have from Lancaster Audio, but they do have some stock IRs that it comes with. And then they also have some other ones that are really crazy from Morton Studio, Max Morton. And he just gives you a slew of cabinets and different sorts of sounds that you can get with the cabinets that they offer, which is really, really cool. Now, again, you guys should know, if you guys have watched any of my other videos, that I do gripe a little bit on the amount of options you guys can have nowadays when it comes to IRs and cabinets. It's just too much for me sometimes. Like, I spend an hour literally just going through each one of these trying to get the tone that I need. I really don't like doing that. For me, a lot of the times it's just kind of, I want to load something up and then just go for it. I understand where the other side of the argument is that, you know, you guys want complete control and you guys want to be able to do what you do. But again, like, I would really suggest just learning you know, maybe 5 or 6 different IRs really, really well, and then just using those as the basis as your tone, and then just kind of tweaking everything else around those 5 or 6 IRs. Because, you know, it kind of gets in the way of creativity. I really believe that, you know, creativity gets stifled when there's option paralysis. So aside from the cabinet thing, though, I really think that the layout is super sick. I love how it just kind of is everything on the left side. You kind of have a click of a button, everything that you need, and then it just pulls up everything else accordingly as you go along. And so in that regard, I don't have any qualms about it stifling my creativity. I can just load up, get going, and then just dial in a tone that I really want. Anyways, enough of that. Let's just quickly just review how the preamp actually looks here. So you got a clean side, then we got the lead side here, which is we're really going to focus on today. What's particularly interesting about this has 2 mid bands. Most amps nowadays just have bass, mids, and treble, but this has low mids and high mids, which is really cool because it's integral to getting in that kind of necrophagous tone where you need to have tons of low mids and tons of high mids, but not a lot of treble to kind of get that tone that you need. But low mids, guys, if you guys didn't know, is really where a lot of the power of your guitars come from, but also a lot of the mud. So you guys got to be careful with dialing this in. As you can see, mine is really, really cranked. But then again, I'm also starting to take care of it after the fact with some EQ. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, low mids are really, really important. And let's just, again, let me just play a little bit for you. So even though I have a bunch of low mids, it's really, really tight. And that's also because of this little excursion thing here. So this allows you to change the way the power section really works. And if I have it on medium, which is kind of in between loose low end and tight low end, opens up a little bit bottom end, but really still keeping a bit of the tightness going. So there's more low end introduced. Then if I go to large, you'll see that the low end blooms even crazier. So it's a really, really cool way to dial in the low end post the preamp here on the power section side. And lets you change also the pentode and the type of class. I'm not really sure what this is. I know class A, class B. I'm assuming it's a transformer. And this is the type of tubes that it has here, right? So it's really simple controls here. But what was really interesting for me was this here, this little button here called contour. So with it off, there is no like low mid boost to it. It's just more scooped. And then if I change it to the yellow, it kind of slightly changes the EQ tonality of the amp. To me, it sounds like it shifts down a little bit more in the spectrum. And then the red is where a lot of like that 500 to 1K gets added. And Necrophagous has a lot of that in their guitar tone, so I needed to keep that in there. And this is just the channel switch, where I can switch from clean to, you know, the distortion channel. That sounds really cool. I actually hadn't messed with the clean channel whatsoever prior to doing that. So yeah, that's really interesting. Let's go ahead and go back. So yeah, I mean, really, it's just, I'm gonna make it just a short video. It's really nothing crazy. I'm just really enjoying this Ampsim now. I'm still gonna rely on the other ones that I have, like my Neural DSP stuff and my STL tones. But like I said, I bought this for a specific use case, and so far I am really enjoying I'm really getting a lot of value out of this for me. It was only 35 bucks. I think Mercurial has a sale on right now. So to me, it's a really great steal. I would suggest picking this up. And they have a bunch of other amps that you guys can pick up if you guys need them. But like the delays, the choruses are really, really sick. I wasn't expecting the clean tone to be as cool as it was. I actually really like that. And yeah, so again, nothing crazy, just review, kind of just me fucking around. I just really wanted to bring this guys to your attention if you guys hadn't checked it out. Really, really cool. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.